Okay, lovely. So we'll make a start. Yeah, so as I say, I'm suggesting just a little bit of a movement just to settle us into our bodies before we kind of get a bit more of an inward focus, if that's what we can do today. So for those that want to do a movement, then just bringing the hands together in front of the chest. And just letting the hands arrive hand on hand, and maybe some contact between the hands and the body, the sternum, the front of the chest. And just for a moment, just taking a breath here and just feeling the hands around that area, around the heart center, and maybe a little bit of an expansion, feeling on the in-breath at the front of the chest. And feeling hand on hand warmth there. And the connection between the hands, the arms, the shoulders and the back, so that it hopefully a sense of support and just a way of feeling a weight to the body. If you wish to move, then you can do 3 movements just by releasing the hands away and down to the side, and then lengthening through the whole body to take the hands together and bring them back to your starting place by the heart, into the heart. You could always take a breath in to sweep the arms up, and you could even look up if you wanted to where your hands are. And you could even just press down through the feet if you're sitting to get that link for the whole body, just waking up to the presence of the body, sitting or lying, and just settling then. So hands to the heart center. And just feeling that again, that sense of hand-heart connection. And then just getting to a more comfortable position. So somewhere for the hands to settle and feel supported, like beyond the body. If you have a chair, then somewhere on the chair, or whatever is in front of you. So just finding a settled place. So today's practice is part of our back to fundamentals of a meditation or a mindful practice, and again a very common practice, the practice of gratitude. And it's something we all understand. We know what it's like to feel grateful. We probably know what it's like to feel ungrateful. So we kind of understand that experience. We can relate to what being grateful means. And sometimes that's really easy for us, and sometimes that's more difficult. And like any practice, it does become easier if we do it more regularly. So finding a way to be regularly in contact with what you appreciate and what you're grateful for can really bring a presence and a life to your life, and a connection to the world around us, ourselves in the world, the people we care for, and the things in the world, things that we just offered. And in our very complicated world, all the connections that we have to many other people in the world, many other places in the world. So we're going to start really as close to home as we can. And most of us have just moved the body, so we can probably still have a connection with the body. So we're going to start with being grateful for our body, which might seem a strange thing, particularly when quite a bit of the time we remind ourselves that the body isn't always working the way we want it to work. But there are simple things that we can connect to and feel grateful for. And we can start with the most obvious things, and those are the things that connect to the senses. So those things are usually very alive to us, really very available, so we can be grateful for the things that we see. So our eyes might not be perfect, but most of us can have sight, can take in the light, can take in colours, can take in the changes around our world, can get us around, see a smile, and the connection to the sight sense and our joy or gratefulness can be quite strong. So even physically sensing the eye sockets in the body. They're physical things, but our sense might be very separate to that part of our body. And the second sense, sometimes it's our second sense, sometimes it's our first sense, our sense of hearing. So our ears. So again, we might need support in hearing well. It might not be something that comes easily for us, but we can hear. We can hear the world, we can hear the sounds, we can hear the birds, we can hear the voice of someone that we can identify in our life and our world. We can hear songs of people, we can hear music. So tuning into the ears and being grateful for that sense and for the ears themselves, that part of our body that brings us that sense. And then maybe being conscious of our hands. So we felt our hand on hand earlier. We moved our hands. And we now might feel the hands somewhere on the body. And that sense of touch. The amount of times we use our hands in the day to get work done, move things, touch things, feel things. Feel the texture, feel the quality, feel the warmth, feel the coolness. Contact ourselves, contact others, contact the things we need. So being grateful for the things we can touch, the way we can use our hands. As we connect to our hands in the here and now. Being grateful for that. So our sense of smell, those scents, those odours that might remind us of something, that might cheer us. A flower, a food, smell of a person, smell of the day, the aromas of spring. I'm being grateful for that great sense. And taking in our grateful appreciation for all of that we receive, moment by moment, day by day, we're present to it. we give ourselves time to contact our senses. So the sense of taste. So we might have a taste in our mouth, we may have had a drink, but we might still taste the coffee, the tea, the lemon, the flavour on our lips. We might just remember a taste. Something special, something memorable. So as we tune into that experience, either in the now or in the memory, just being grateful for that. And being grateful for a wider body, the body that gets us around. Got us out of bed, or else we're still in bed, it got us into the day. We can move around, again, maybe not in the way we necessarily always want to, but we can get around the world. Our body takes us around the world, around our home. Walking, running, maybe swimming for some of us. Maybe doing activities that we really love. Just getting us into the garden, into the park. Getting us outdoors, to a wider space. And we can be grateful for our bodies to take us places. So really feeling the body now. Body on the chair, the body in the bed. And being present to it as it is. And then noticing the breath in the body. Possibly the most simple thing that reminds us we're alive. There's life in us. Something that's in the background that keeps us going. Something that can be in the foreground to just center us, to make us more awake, to make us more calm, to support us. We can feel the touch of the breath in the nostrils, feel the touch of the breath in the throat, our sensations in the movement of the body, and appreciating the most simple thing, to be a breathing body. So maybe now feeling ready to step our gratitude a little bit further. So being conscious of the things that you have in your home, in your room, in your space. safety of your home, space in your home, things that are important to you in your home. And the people who are closest to you. They may be in your home, they may be in your wider world. At the moment, they may only be available virtually. But that we have connections, that we have people in our lives. That care. And then moving beyond our immediate home, our immediate significant others, and just being aware of other people in your daily lives that they may be more in the distance, they may be work colleagues, they may be people you come into contact as you go to the shops or walk around your environment, your locality. It might be people you see that you smile to regularly. It might be people you say hello to. It might be people that give you the important things in your life, your food, clothes, offer a service. People that may not feel as significant, but if we didn't have them, our world would be almost impossible to function in. And then maybe beyond the people to the wider environment. Being grateful for the light, the day, the night, the sun, the moon, clouds, the rain, the wind, the green, the brown. The earth beneath your feet. Contact you have with the outdoors, the air we breathe. And the spaces we know really well, the garden, the park, places we like to go to visit, to be. And just being grateful for all those elements, all those aspects, all that wonder. How things grow, how things change. how dependent and interdependent we are, how connected to our world, our planet, our people, our world, our home, ourselves. So as we've gone on this journey, maybe the body feels connected in some way. Where does the body, is it the heart space? Is it somewhere in the belly that feels full through gratitude or connected through gratitude? Maybe breathing in gratitude. Maybe having a rain shower of gratitude. Maybe visualizing the heart gently filling with warmth and light of gratitude. So finding a home, finding a space, finding an image, finding a way to connect, finding a way to gather in, finding a way to make real in the moment. Way to be fed, something to savor, something to hold in, something to remind yourself about. To be grateful. To be full of gratitude. For it to be real. So just following the breath, maybe in the waves of gratitude. And be really connected to the breath in the body. So it can really land at home. It's not just something in the head, although we can give gratitude for our thoughts and our emotions. Thoughts, emotions of others, but really having a bodily sense now. Alive to the body and the breath, and the body and the breath in gratitude. So just identifying just 3 things which might feel like, oh, that's not fair. So just do your best, just 3 things that you choose to be grateful for, that you will drop into during the day. Remind yourself. Maybe things you really know well. So just 3 things. And maybe choosing a time or a connection when you will revisit them today. So it might be the next time you have a drink. It might be a time of day. It might be when you go outdoors. If you're able to go outdoors, it might be when you know you have some time to yourself. So maybe 1 or 2 times during the day that you can come back to, just reminding yourself, revisiting, reconnecting. So we don't lose that sense. We bring it to ourselves, consciously, purposefully. And we may choose for gratitude to be more part of our daily practice or our weekly practice, that we write something down, or we think of something before we go to bed, or we think of something as we awaken for the start of our day. Maybe one thing that's real, that's meaningful, that just tops us up, that just reminds us that life is precious in all its complications, to all its whirlwinds, all its quiet times. So, sounds. Sounds in our world, birds, maybe. Sounds in your home, around your home. Whatever they may be, just taking those in. Maybe taking a deeper breath if you want to, or a little bit more of an out breath. If you want to repeat the movements that we did at the beginning, just to kind of parcel the package, if you like, you can bring the hands to the center of your heart, bring the hands together, reconnect hand on hand, breath beneath the hands, heart-hand connection. And when you're ready, just 3 times, letting the arms out to the side and lengthen. And maybe open the eyes and look up, and softly, softly bringing the hands back to the heart. Repeating maybe with the breath, maybe waking the legs or pressing the feet to the floor. So we're a bit more awake. And finishing off there. So I'm really grateful to you for coming. You've already made my day. Thank you. And I will see you next week. So I just made a suggestion, that's an invitation to carry this through with your day. Sometimes that's easy and sometimes the world gets carried away. So it's just an opportunity to give that a try if you want to. And it may be a common practice for you anyway. we might all know that we're doing it together today, maybe.